Live from Chicago, ABC 7 Eyewitness News Sunday morning continues.
It is 8:40 this morning.
Our Chicago is up next.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Terrell Brown. Coming up on Our Chicago, we're talking about the economy, the jobs of the future, and what the city is doing to adapt. It's coming up next. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Our Chicago. I'm Terrell Brown. Chicago's economy is changing, and the city is mapping out what's next. It's called Chicago 2050, a long-term plan focused on growth and jobs. So what does it mean for the city's future? Kenya Merritt, Deputy Mayor and Acting Commissioner of the Department of Cultural Affairs and Special Events, and Phil Clement, President and CEO of World Business Chicago, are here this morning. It is nice to have you both.
Great to be here. Good morning.
So, Phil, I'll start with you. This plan is about jobs. It's about growth. In plain English to everyday Chicagoans,
yes.
What does this plan mean?
Well, first of all, it's important to have a plan.
Yeah.
And the last time we had a plan was in 2012.
Yeah.
And right about the time, you'd want to refresh these every 5 years or so. We were right in the middle of COVID. The city was not thinking about rapid growth. It was thinking about recovery and resilience and had a whole set of issues, and we were hit really hard. So in 2024, it was a perfect time to think about from 2025 to 2050, how are we going to grow the city? How are we going to put our city on the front foot again? And so we gathered, started with the mayor, the deputy mayor, Kenya Merritt was a major driver of this effort, and about 300 leaders of the business community, including Tom Ricketts, chairman of the Cubs, who's quietly a trained economist. And he loved leading this effort, but we convened and we came up with a growth strategy. In traditional economics, you would want to do where you identify key industries that you think are going to grow, and then they're going to grow faster than other industries. So we selected 6. Not only are those 6 industries places where we're already winning and we have the right to win because we're competitively advantageous, but they also provide job density and good jobs for Chicagoans. So we said these are the areas we want to focus and we want to nurture. But we did 2 things that were really different than normal economic development. One was 2 big bets. We said we got to bet on the future. So those are in the area of quantum and clean energy. And then the last category, I think it's the first time that I've seen it in formal economic strategy, is we said the vibrancy industries are so important to Chicago and they lead us. So we wound that all up into this document, 10 recommendations that we need to follow. And you know, we're really just setting out to grow the economy as quickly as we can.
Kenya, on the city side of this, why do you think it's important to have a long-term plan that looks out to 2050?
Well, we're super excited that we now have a North Star. We have something that we can now strive towards, and everyone is rowing in the same direction. What I'm incredibly happy about with my hat of acting commissioner of the Department of Cultural Affairs and Special Events is this vibrancy pillar that we have as a part of our economic strategy. In the past, culture has been the cherry on top. It has been the afterthought. And so while we know that it's incredibly important to the quality of life for our residents, we are now recognizing that Chicago can leverage this as our competitive advantage. We know that our culture attracts talent, it drives business growth, it creates tourism, but most importantly for me, it creates stronger neighborhoods. And so the city of Chicago is incredibly happy to be partnering with World Business Chicago to incorporate this new pillar into our strategy.
Phil, our economy, as you know, is changing fast.
Yes.
The jobs of the future, what are they? And is Chicago, you think, positioned to capture them?
Sure. Well, that's a huge topic, but I'll give you a couple of focus areas. One, you know, Chicagoland probably will not be the inventors of AI technologies.
Yeah.
But where we are really good is at the intersection of an industry we're strong at and AI. So AI needs applications in things like financial technology, agriculture. And then if you see how that's going to be super amplified by the presence of quantum, which takes AI and just makes it run incredibly faster and better, as long as we embrace those trends, we'll be really well suited. So we're looking at ways we can develop ecosystems at the collaborative partnerships at the technology and industry intersections, and I think that'll help. Another area is manufacturing. So it's a super strong area for us. It's one of our leading portions of our economy, but those jobs are also in transition. They need to move from what are traditionally called brown or dirty jobs, meaning they're not involving clean energy, to there's hundreds of thousands of jobs that need to be upgraded to green energy and green manufacturing. So if we do that, and we do that well, we'll not only secure where we're at, but we'll grow. And those are the jobs of the future. I think AI, clean energy, involving quantum are going to be big trends we have to follow.
Yeah, very interesting. Kenya, we're going to talk some more about vibrancy in just a second. We'll get a break in. We're back with more of Our Chicago right after this. Welcome back to Our Chicago. I'm Terrell Brown. Kenya Merritt, Deputy Mayor and Acting Commissioner of the Department of Cultural Affairs and Special Events, and Phil Clement, President and CEO of World Business Chicago, are here this morning. We're talking about Chicago 2050, a long-term plan for economic growth and jobs across our city. Kenya, I'll get back to you. We talked about vibrancy. What is it, and how do you turn vibrancy into revenue and dollars for the city?
Yeah, so we're super excited about it. Culture is essentially what people see, feel, and experience in the city. And what we know is when people experience Chicago's creative sectors, they make the decision to invest, to live, and to visit Chicago. And as we're starting to lean in more into vibrancy as an economic driver, we're already making so much momentum. We have a couple of things in the pipeline. Can I share them with you?
Please, I would love to hear.
So David Byrne has an immersive theater experience in partnership with Goodman that will be opening in March. And so we're expecting tons of visitors to come down to Chicago to experience that. And then right around the corner in April, curated by Herbie Hancock and our very own Kurt Elling, we will be inviting Chicago's global music community here to Chicago for International Jazz Day.
Wow.
So throughout the month of April, we'll have a month-long series of programs, all culminating in International Jazz Day on April 30th. Wow. And then, of course, I can't forget our own very programs that we're going to be doing in Millennium Park.
Right.
So Taste of Chicago is coming back for 5 days, Blues Festival as well as jazz. So all of these things together make Chicago attractive, not only for our residents by creating culture and vibrancy for people that live here, but certainly for businesses and folks that want to visit.
Right on that note, Phil, when it comes to that culture and that quality of life, why do you think that's important for businesses trying to figure out where they want to locate and put their companies?
Well, first of all, it amplifies the narrative about Chicago. That's really important to get the word out there. I think many people are surprised to find out that we are the #1 metropolitan area for companies to relocate.
Did not know that.
More companies relocate in Chicago. There's an organization called Site Selection that does a quantitative study every year, and we do very well in that study. And last year we were the winner, and we're hoping we will be top of the chart again. We'll see. But we always do well, and that's because we have the right people, we have the right places, and we have the right power. I mean, that's utility and affordability. Now, what we believe, and this is part of the plan, is that vibrancy attracts people in. Again, Kenya pointed out that traditionally people felt like the arts were nurtured by successful economies. What we're starting to see is a shift in the modern economy where the reputation of a city, the vibrancy of the city actually draw and attract other assets. So that's why we call it a competitive asset. But when people look at places to locate a company, they are super attracted by our workforce. They know that they're going to find hardworking people here. They can find anyone from a forklift operator to a quantum scientist. And we are the college town of the country. More students move here after college than any other place. So it's a constant refresh. 140,000 students move into Chicago every year, get a job, etc. So all that requires a quality of life and vibrancy that's leading, and we're winning in that. I mean, from presidents to popes, everything dope that's coming out of Chicago right now. Right? So that narrative is important for us to win.
Yeah. Kenya, and I'll end with this, with both of you. I'll start with you, Kenya. If the plan is working, 10 to 20 years from now, what do you see Chicago looking like?
Again, a vibrant city. I see an inclusive economy where everyone is winning, no matter your zip code, where our creative sector is also thriving, that it's not an afterthought, but it's actually integrated into our economy and a priority for Chicago.
Phil?
We're a $1.4 trillion economy. We're one of the top 3 super regions in the U.S., known globally, top 20 globally. Our economy, right now our economy is slightly larger than Sweden's, just to put it in perspective. And we would continue to have that leadership role as a city that is for business and where you go and you grow a company.
Just like that. It makes you fall in love with Chicago all over again, listening to you guys talk about it and the optimistic plans that we have for the future. Phil Clement this morning, Kenya Merritt. Really nice to have you. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate it. It's fantastic.